My plan is to sell this to Flow Grappling in
I'm
a
just
few
going to
years
sit here and watch that happen.
and just be like, guys, we've done it. Let's make it money.
Okay, let's make it a money. My goal with this tournament is to make it, well, for starters, happen twice a year. No, I'm not going to be selling it anytime soon. But yeah, maybe later. But before we get to that stage, I would like to host a tournament all over the country. Maybe branch out into MMA, but it's a tough field to get into at the moment because of the politics involved. So yeah, I mean that's what I see as the future of this tournament.
So Ashwin, you've been a coach for about the longest time at Warriors Co. What has been your journey like? I mean, how have you seen the community evolve?
Well, my journey started out with me competing at GFI tournaments. I don't know if you've been to a GFI tournament, but I'd imagine some people have some severe PTSD from it. I won some national medals. Medals don't mean anything. National medals, they mean nothing, I promise you. So that was my journey, and I saw how there were these scams running. ADCC came in, ADCC did a great job. Siddharth Singh did a great job running the event. That was the first legitimate tournament. But again, medals was where they had to cap it. They couldn't give a cash prize. So we thought, hey, why not scrap the registration charges, give these guys some money. That's why, man, because I had suffered through these national tournaments. I had made a goal of mine to make sure that the upcoming athletes or the guys that are working really hard at this point do not have to go through the same thing.
And have a real legitimate sport to be in. Not, like this whole thing of GFI and all these tournaments where you are charging amateur athletes money and then making them perform and then making them wait and then not giving them nutrition or rest or
the medals and certificates on time. We had to wait for that shit as well.
It's all poorly organized, and like having done jiu-jitsu for this many years, we've been just kind of stuck because nobody was doing it. Nobody was improving the conditions that professional athletes or want to be professional athletes or who are aspiring to be that don't have any kind of platform to showcase what they are really doing apart from grinding it out in fucking tournaments with God knows how many people in one category.
Which do not matter. Which really on a global scale don't matter.
Exactly. So if we want to give guys good exposure and a reality check of where their skills lie, somebody has to bring in the best talent all under one roof, and that was what Ashwin and I had discussed for Leverage initially, and now with the team we have in place, the athlete support, the podcast that we've spoken to so many people and so many gyms, trainers, guys who've also been in this sport for 10 years and have the same grievances that people don't cross train, there's no knowledge sharing, you really don't know who's the best, you don't know who to go to for specifics. This is the first step to address all of that change.
And what we're doing differently in this tournament is, as I mentioned, these amateur tournaments were run not very well. Even some of the pro tournaments, the referees and the technical staff were not very educated on the martial art they were judging or reffing. Yeah. So this time we're going to change that. I will be one of the main referees along with Rohit Vasudevan from IJJ. So the technical staff on board will be highly educated and
well versed in jiu-jitsu,
which is you'd imagine is the basic.
Plus the other thing is we're doing a submission only tournament, so most of the tournaments that have happened across India always have this kind of
these idiots sticking their hands up for random points,
and there's a lot of like anti jiu-jitsu happening, if you know what I mean. And we feel that in a submission only format we kind of do away with a lot of that bullshit point system and like winning by advantage, winning by taking getting a lucky takedown or something like that, and it will really showcase this jiu-jitsu skill that guys have both offensively and defensively. So that was one of the reasons we wanted to make it submission only and overtime and stuff.
So we are at, let's say, the infancy stage of BJJ in India. So now let's say we want to compete in the ADCC abroad and make ourselves some names like Gordon Ryan and the likes. So how long do you think as a coach, Ashwin, that's going to happen, and how is that going to happen in India?
Well, my guys will be ready to train and compete at the ADC trials in December, if they were in December. And they do a good job, Nogi, ADCC's Nogi. These guys are up to date on everything that's happening in the BJJ world today. So my guys are ready. The guys at Warriors Cove are ready. It's very hard for me to say what the level and the preparation goes in towards the other gyms. So like I know IJJ does a great job and they're also up to date. But after this event, I'll be able to answer that question better, seeing where the level is at with the rest of the guys. What do you think, Mohit?
Yeah, I agree. Again, coming back to the whole point of we've got guys in like the west of India who are really good. We've got guys in the east of India who are very good, guys in the south of India who are very good, and guys in North India who are very good. But very seldom have they competed against one another, and that cross section of competition is literally what we need.
This card is stacked.
Yo, it is.
I spent a lot of time on the matchups. Every match is going to be exciting.
Yeah,
every
we
match.
spent a lot of time securing the right athletes to make sure everything is entertaining for the fans, for their teams, for themselves, where all these guys thrive in competition. All these guys want to be challenged. So our goal here was to give them that challenge amongst each other.
And important to note that when we put the matches up, these guys were ranked, and based on their rankings, they were matched up accordingly.
Yeah, it's not just.
So there was integrity which went into that.
Yeah.
And we're hoping to uphold that integrity for the rest of the competition, which is why I have half my technical team is not from my academy. They run another academy in the country.
So, final question. Leverage 9 is already taking shape on December 18. How soon can we expect Leverage 10?
I think this.
April or May.
I was going to say June, July of next year.
That's
the
the
summer.
difference between Mohit and I.